So we're going to go into a little bit more detail about some of the types of validity. When we think about face validity, which is a type of validity, we're thinking about whether that measure is measuring something that's pretty obvious. So if we're looking at, again, I'll just talk about the Beck Depression Inventory. It very obviously measures depression if you are in the field of psychology, because you can see the items are items related to the criteria for the diagnosis of depression. Something with face validity would be something that people would look at it and see that it's measuring a construct of that's very obvious. It's got face validity. For example, too, let's say we're doing a measure of happiness and all of the items on the measure or the instrument are obviously related to how happy someone is or how joyful they are. That would be considered face validity. Then we have something called criterion related validity. And so something is considered valid if it is measured, compared against another measure of that same construct, and they both come out the same. When we think about criterion related validity, we're thinking about using a different method to measure that same construct. So if we're thinking about alcohol-related accidents, for example, and the department or the Department of Transportation does blood alcohol levels on people who have had alcohol-related accidents, and they find that the blood alcohol levels were very high after those accidents and after they were arrested and brought in. Well, that's definitely one way, and that would be considered validity, a valid way to do that. But if we're thinking about criterion-related validity, we would want to think about another method of doing this. And so what else could we do? A possibility would be that we would look to see what the levels of alcohol were between among drivers between the hours of, like, say, 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. to see if that also indicates high blood alcohol levels. So then we have two different measures of or people who then had accidents. So we're looking at blood alcohol related accidents, or alcohol related accidents, and whether blood alcohol levels relate to that. And so we're looking at two different measures, criterion related validity, and whether they would be a valid measure of those accidents. And so that was a couple of examples, and that is criterion related validity. So we're thinking about more than one method of measuring that same construct. Okay.